What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. In a perfect world, our bikes would never break, nothing would ever go wrong, and every ride would be perfect. But unfortunately, that's just not the case. Sometimes things go wrong, and if you're not prepared, it can leave you stranded. So in today's video, I'm going to show y'all all the things I like to carry with me to avoid that, as well as how I carry those things, and some options you might want to look into for yourself. Alright y'all, so here's everything I like to carry with me whenever I go on a bike ride. First, it's obvious, but it's a water bottle. Sometimes I'll carry two if it's a hot day or a longer ride. Next is everything I use for tire repair, which includes a tube, 2 tire levers, a tubeless plug, and some way to fill the tire up. There's usually 2 options, CO2 tank or pump. Along with that, I like to carry some sort of multi-tool. Lately, I've been using this Park Tools AWS-10. It's got all the Allen keys I need. Now, there's plenty of different multi-tools out there that have a lot of different features, a lot of different cool tools built in. I usually only really find that I just need my Allen keys, but some people like to have chain breakers on their tools and other little things that'll help them for trailside maintenance. Next, I always like to keep my iPhone on me, mostly to track my rides, but it's always a good idea to have a way to contact someone if you need to. Next, I like to take my GoPro with me, just in case I want to get some cool trailside footage or photos. Especially if you have a new bike, it's a good idea to take a shock pump with you. The reason being is a lot of bikes are set up at the bike shops based on what the manufacturer suggests, but there's a little bit of wiggle room in there for preference. Going into how you can carry things, there's a couple of different options. The first one is probably the most obvious and most common, I would say, is just a good old backpack. Now, there's a lot of backpacks that have been made specifically for mountain biking, just like this one. This is a Camelback Mule, and what's great about this is they've designed it to contour the back really well, also give you a little bit of air so your back's not too sweaty. And the great thing about these Camelbacks is, if I can find the zipper, is, as the name suggests, you get this, a bladder. Now what you can do with this one is 3 liters, is you can fill this up with water, and Camelback have actually designed this really well. It can sit in this special compartment, and what's great is the weight is low on your back instead of high up. So once that's filled up and in there, the weight sits much lower on your hips, which is much easier to carry. So even with that bladder in there, there's plenty of space. In this compartment right here, you can fit food, spare tires, maybe some dry clothes if you're riding in wet conditions. There's also a smaller pocket here that's got some mesh dividers. You can put your keys, your wallet, your phone, maybe some CO2 cartridges, things like that. And then finally is this small little stash pocket. Maybe you could fit a little first aid kit or something like that, but just plenty of options for storage. Backpacks come in all shapes and sizes, and they're typically going to be the best way to carry a lot of stuff. But the problem with backpacks, and something we're seeing a lot of lately, is where they put the weight. Now, this backpack is designed well to put some of the weight in your hips and not too high up. See, when we're riding, we don't want a lot of weight high up. We want our center of gravity to be as low as possible. And backpacks can kind of make your balance be thrown off a little bit because some of the weight is higher up on your back. Even with hip straps and things like this, it can be difficult to carry that much weight. So I'm moving on then to the second option, which I feel like has become very popular nowadays, and this is the hip bag. Now I know a lot of y'all probably call this a fanny pack or something like that. That's fine, and maybe you think, well, fanny packs are out of style. They're actually coming back into style, and a lot of companies are doing really clever things with these. The great thing about a hip bag is where it puts the weight on your body. Because it situates it lower and right on top of the hips, it's not swinging around, it doesn't move a lot, and that weight being lower makes it much easier to handle. Now, obviously, you can't carry as much, especially in this one. This is another Camelback. It's called the Camelback Podium Flow hip bag. One thing I love about this one is it's small, It can carry a spare water bottle. I've even put larger water bottles in this, but I think it's meant for, you know, like a 16-ounce water bottle. Nothing too huge, but it's plenty for me on my rides. And it's got a little pocket in here. This one's not like, you know, the best. There's plenty of them that are larger that give you much more storage space. And, you know, attachment is pretty simple. It's just these two straps. For me, it fits pretty snug. Sometimes I have to redo these straps just to make sure it's more snug. And if it's cold outside and I have to wear more layers, sometimes it requires a little bit of fiddling. But for the most part, I love this as an option. It seems to be the easiest. I can just keep my spares in this and like slide my phone, wallet, keys, and all of that in here. It fits in there nice, and I don't really feel like I need anything more than that. Even on my longer rides, I can fit a nutrition bar or something like that in here, and it's plenty. If I was doing like a bike packing trip or something, I'd probably look into bike packing bags for my bike to carry camping equipment and extra food and things like that. And then maybe have this for small things like tools and my repair kit, and again, more water. So this is a great option. It's my favorite option. And moving on now to the third option, and this is gonna be the most minimalist option, and it's not really going to carry everything, but this is a frame strap. Now, any thick Velcro strap should work. I would watch out, especially for those of y'all that have carbon frames, what the material is, because you don't wanna scratch it or anything like that. This one's great. It's a granite rock strap. And what I love about this one is that it's got an internal Velcro strap, and then you use this outer one to actually wrap around the frame. And it's even got like a little rubber piece here so it doesn't move. And it's solid. I mean, I've been using this for three or 4 months now, and never have I had it fall off or anything like that. As you can see though, the amount of stuff you can carry on it is pretty limited. I like to carry, you know, tire levers, and even though I run tubeless, I still carry a tube with me, mostly because sometimes you can get gashes in your tire that are just too big for the tubeless sealant to work on. And even if you have tire plugs, just having a spare is always a good idea. And then right here, I was able to sneak in a little CO2 tank with the valve to inflate it or put more air into my tires if I lose a little bit from a thorn or a rock or something like that. The final option may not be everyone's cup of tea, but hear me out. It's a traditional cycling bib and jersey. Now, if you don't want to ever wear this, that's totally fine. This is just another option, one that I personally like to use quite a bit. And the reason being is in Texas, we can be riding sometimes in triple-digit heat. And in that heat, you're gonna want something that's lightweight and breathable. Not only that, but on all of my rides, even if I'm wearing a mountain bike jersey and shorts, I still like to wear a bib. And that's because it gives you the butt protector. And let's be honest, we've all been on those rides where we've been riding for a while and our butt starts to hurt, and that's the worst. So these are always a good investment no matter what. You can wear them under your trail gear and no one would ever know, and you're gonna be the one that's comfortable. Now moving on to the jersey, the reason I am putting this in this video is because cycling jerseys are very well thought out, because road cyclists need to be able to carry food, snacks, and other little things to help them if they were to have a flat or something like that. And so they have these very well thought out and well designed pockets in the back. Now this one, this is a Rafa Classic jersey. I can actually fit a 24-ounce water bottle in this center pocket. I can fit a spare, a CO2 tank, and tire levers in this side pocket. And I have a whole nother pocket right here that I can put snacks, my car keys, wallet, phone, all of that. And an even smaller pocket for things that I just absolutely cannot lose, that's zippered. So I can put my keys in here and I never have to worry about losing them. I hope this video was helpful, and whenever you ride, it's always a good idea to keep tools and spares with you so that you don't end up stranded on the trail. Thanks for watching. If you liked this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more.